Chapter 11 Blood Dropping Refining. The feeling of having power was truly wonderful. No wonder Miss Fang Xianxia overlooked heaven and earth and held the power of life and death in her hands. As Fang Han listened to the constant cracking of Fang Dafu, the servant's bones under his foot, the elation in his heart kept rising. It was not the gloating of a petty man who got lucky, but the thrill of holding power and controlling the fates of others. After all these years, only at this moment did Fang Han feel that he was truly a human being. I must gain even more power, overwhelmingly powerful power, the power of the mystic power realm, to become a man above men. My current power is still weak, still trivial. The thrill this little power brings me is nothing. I must become stronger, stronger, and stronger still. After tasting the thrill power brought, Fang Han realized that all wealth and fame were but floating clouds outside the body. Only one's own power was eternal. Fang Han, what do you think you were doing? How dare you kill someone right here? Fang Man and Fang Rui's faces changed drastically. They stepped forward sharply, forming a pincer that subtly cornered Fang Han. The two of them were also experts, or they would never have climbed to such high positions among the servants of the Fang clan. After all, a well-placed servant of the Fang clan carried more prestige out in the world than a county magistrate. Their status was nothing to scoff at. So, do you two also want to end up with broken hands and feet? Fang Han turned around, sneering continuously. Let me tell you the truth, I have already cultivated to the 5th level of the mortal body realm, the divine strength realm. If you want to fight, you'd better weigh your chances first. What? The 5th level, divine strength realm? No wonder Fang Lai lost to you. Hearing this, Fang Man and Fang Rui's faces darkened. To cultivate the mortal body to the 5th level of divine strength was an achievement only core disciples of the Fang clan could boast. They themselves were only between the 3rd and 4th level of the soft-hard realm, masters of mere forms and stances. Fighting Fang Han would be nothing but humiliation for them. Even though they could not believe in their hearts that Fang Han had actually cultivated to the divine strength realm, the facts were right in front of them, and they had no choice but to believe. A wise man knows when to bend with the wind. Fang Han licked his lips. For the sake of us all working for Miss, I won't break your limbs today. This place is not like the Fang clan. Miss will be in seclusion for half a year. If I kill you two and throw your bodies down the mountain, it will be nothing but a trivial matter. Then we'll see. Fang Man spat stubbornly. Ignoring Fang Man's resentment, Fang Han turned his gaze to the few servants who had just incited the crowd against him. Was it not all of you who just yelled that you would never obey my orders? Thump. Seeing his fierce gaze, the few troublemaking servants immediately dropped to their knees. Spare us, Master Han. Spare us. From now on, whatever you command, we will go through wind and rain, through mountains of knives and seas of fire, and we will never frown. Master Han. Hearing others address him as Master, Fang Han smiled inwardly. Get up. From today onward, you will all follow me, and tend to the spirit beasts for Mississippi. And you, and you. He called out more than 200 people in a row to serve under him. Because he had just established his authority with violence, none of the selected dared to incite trouble or disobey his orders anymore. In the past, every single one of these 200 servants had a higher status than Fang Han, and would never have obeyed him. But after Fang Han, the petty man who got lucky, had established his authority by beating people, no one dared to cross him. Good, well done. After organizing his 250 men, Fang Han walked toward Fang Lai, who was still lying on the ground. Enough, Fang Han. Let's bring this matter to an end. Fang Lai disobeyed Mrs. Order and tried to steal your spirit beast token. He brought this on himself. You have already beaten him, now it is time to get to work. Just at this moment, Fang Chang, who had watched everything with cold eyes just now, spoke up. This head maid in charge of all catering in Purple Lightning Palace was an extremely mysterious person. She had not said a single word while Fang Han asserted his authority, and only now stepped in to stop him. I was just about to do the same. Fang Han turned around and looked at Fang Chang for a long moment. The maid wore a deep green gown with rolled hems, was tall with extremely long legs, graceful and straight as a crane, with a hazy moisture in her eyes. Most notably, her breath was extremely long, her heartbeat almost imperceptible. She was clearly an expert as well. Fang Han had heard of this Fang Chang back when he was still a servant in the Fang clan. She was the head of all maids and held extremely high status. Rumor had it that Fang Zitao, the governor of Longyuan and head of the Fang clan, had wanted to take her as a concubine, but the main wife opposed it, so the matter was dropped. By intuition, Fang Han sensed an air of mystery about her, so he did not dare to underestimate her, and immediately lowered his hand. Everyone disperse, return to your posts. We will manage every corner of Purple Lightning Peak in perfect order, so that Mist can cultivate in peace. Fang Chang clapped her hands. Fang Man and Fang Rui left first with their groups, and Fang Han also left with his own men, selecting a large palace halfway up the mountainside to live in. Purple Lightning Peak had 7 or 8 palaces across its slopes. Apart from Purple Lightning Palace at the summit, which was Fang Xianxia's residence and cultivation grounds, all the other palaces were for servants, yet they were still magnificent and far more spacious than the Fang clan's manor in Longyuan province. Fang Han's residence was Spirit Beast Palace, and the entire palace was filled with many beast pens and bird yards. This crane is truly huge. Inside Spirit Beast Palace, Fang Han saw the raised red-crowned cranes. There were exactly 36 of them. Each crane was 2 or 3 people tall, a huge beast. Their wings were as wide as giant wooden doors. A single long cry shook heaven and earth, and a single flap of their wings could blow a man clean away. Fang Han wondered how Yuhua sect had managed to breed such enormous cranes. But these cranes were all trapped inside the palace. A great net covered the sky above, and nets surrounded all 4 sides. The nets were pure purple, seemingly woven from purple silk, which prevented the cranes from flying out. Spirit Beast Token, Spirit Beast Token. If I drop my blood on it, can I really command these cranes? Fang Han took out the Spirit Beast Token, and carved on the Jade Token were exactly the shapes of 36 cranes. He bit open his finger and dripped a drop of his blood onto the Spirit Beast Token. The moment the blood touched the token, a low wailing sound rang out, and he immediately felt his mind merge into the token, as if the token had become a part of his own body. With a single thought from his mind, the Spirit Beast Token actually floated up into the air. How can this be? How can I make the Spirit Beast Token float? Have I already cultivated to the mystic power realm? Fang Han asked in shock. It is not that you have reached the mystic power realm, it is the inherent magic power of the Spirit Beast Token itself. Yuhua sect elders carved a great formation into the token. Your blood simply activated the formation. This is what is called blood-dropping refining of a magic treasure. Now you can communicate telepathically with these 36 cranes. Just at this moment, a voice sounded behind Fang Han. So it is Miss Chang. Fang Han looked and saw it was indeed Fang Chang, the mysterious head maid. Miss Fang Chang, you seem to know a great deal about this? I have been the head of female servants in the Fang clan for so many years. The ancestors of the Fang clan were disciples of Yuhua sect, so I have picked up a thing or two. The Great Li court sends tribute to Yuhua sect every year. Fang Chang spoke softly, revealing no more than she had to, but still let slip this important piece of information. Blood-dropping refining? Fang Han heard the new term. Blood-dropping refining is a method for people who have not cultivated mystic powers to refine magic treasures. Yuhua sect has 3 categories of disciples. First, outer sect disciples, who purely cultivate their physical bodies. Second, inner sect disciples. Even if none of them have stepped into the mystic power realm, they all receive magic treasures bestowed by the sect, either flying swords, flying knives, protective shields, protective talismans, and so on. These flying swords and flying knives, just like your Spirit Beast Token, have a great formation of magic power embedded within them. After blood-dropping refining, they allow disciples without mystic powers to activate them with their will, greatly increasing their ability to defend themselves against evil demons. After all, even though Yuhua sect is one of the top 10 immortal sects, it still has enemies. The congenital demon sect and the demon spirit sect are both mortal enemies of Yuhua sect. How can one fight enemies with only the physical body? Fang Chang smiled slightly. Even though we are not officially disciples of Yuhua sect, we still need to know these things in case we get lucky and someone takes us in as a disciple. Your spirit beast token is nothing but the lowest grade of magic tool. If you truly obtained a spirit weapon flying sword refined by a Yuhua sect elder, after blood-dropping refining you can activate it with your will and kill a man 10 miles away. That is a true spirit weapon. A spirit weapon? Fang Han asked in astonishment. Magic treasures carried by cultivators are divided into 5 grades: magic tools, spirit tools, precious tools, Dao tools, and immortal tools. Fang Chang said, seemingly enlightening Fang Han. Magic tools are those that hold a wisp of magic power and can be used by people, like fire talismans, water talismans, wind talismans, and your spirit beast token, which allows simple communication with spirit beasts. Any expert who has reached the mystic power realm can infuse their own magic power into this kind of magic tool. Spirit tools, on the other hand, are refined by cultivators who have reached the 5th level of the mystic power realm, the heavenly human realm. They use their magic power to construct various great formations and infuse them into the tool, granting it extraordinary spiritual intelligence. Precious tools are even rarer treasures with far greater power than spirit tools, otherwise they would not deserve the title of precious. As for Dao tools, they are legendary treasures that have attained the Dao, can cultivate themselves and grow continuously. Dao tools already exist only in legends, and no one has ever seen an immortal tool at all. They only exist in myth and history. Your martial art has already reached the divine strength realm, but if you encounter someone with a spirit weapon flying sword, they can kill you in an instant. Thank you for telling me so much, Miss Chang. You have broadened my horizons. Fang Han thanked her quickly, and at the same time felt that Fang Chang's identity was even more mysterious than before. You have offended Fang Man and Fang Rui today. They will come after you sooner or later. Miss is in seclusion and will not bother with these trivial matters of us servants. If they ambush and kill you, by the time Miss comes out of seclusion a few months later, she will not even remember who you are. Fang Chang nodded that. Them? Fang Han smiled that. Their martial arts are naturally no match for yours, but they have already sent someone to find young Master Yu to frame you. You must be careful. Besides, Yuhua Immortal Mountain has a total of 108 true disciples, 3 to 5,000 inner sect disciples, and hundreds of thousands of outer sect disciples. The relationships are extremely complicated. Miss is extremely powerful, and she killed people from Bayan Peak this time. Those people may very well come looking for trouble with us. Our lives are very cheap, they can kill us and get away with it. You must be careful. I have said all I need to say. Feed the spirit cranes well, and stay on your guard. After finishing speaking, Fang Chang walked out, leaving Fang Han alone to think. This young Master Yu was Fang Yu, Fang Qingxue's younger brother. He had been brought by Fang Qingxue to Yuhua Immortal Mountain, and had already gone deep into the mountains to become an outer sect disciple. Fang Han knew this already. Blood-dropping refining, blood-dropping refining? That's right. I also have the Jiao Subduing Yellow Spring map with me. Can I refine it with blood dropping too? A sudden thought struck Fang Han. The Jiao Subduing Yellow Spring map belonged to the Demon Sect Emperor, Yellow Spring Emperor. I wonder if it is a spirit tool, a precious tool, a Dao tool, or even an immortal tool. One thing is for sure, it is definitely not the lowest grade magic tool.